Right, welcome to Arthur Brown Photography. Today I'm going to talk about eBay and delivery problems. As a photographer and also a musician, I tend to buy and sell stuff on eBay on a fairly regular basis. I've been on eBay since it started years ago. I've probably got well over 2,000 sales and purchases on there. And I must say, over the years, I've not really had any issue. Might have had the odd delivery gone astray, but it's always been replaced. However, recently I sold an amplifier, a bass guitar amplifier head, and it wasn't a huge value, slightly less than £200. I've been using eBay's packlink service since that came online, mainly for convenience because I've got a one of their collection lockers just down the road from home, so it's easy than to go to the post office or somewhere else with a parcel. Just take it down and stick it in the locker, collect my receipt, although now they don't do a receipt anymore. You have to scan one of them little code things and get something sent to your phone. However, it seems to work okay. But as I was saying, I sold a bass guitar amplifier recently, and I dispatched it via Packlink. I did luckily insure it for its full value, even though I didn't charge the buyer the full cost of this. It all seemed to go smoothly. It was delivered within 2 or 3 days. But then I got a message from the buyer saying the amplifier had been damaged in transit, and I was a bit cross about this because obviously I'd packed it well. Somewhere along the line, the couriers had managed to drop it, and I'll put a few still shots on here, but you might be able to see it's been dropped on this corner, and it's basically a steel case with an aluminium front on it, and it's got a nice dent in that corner. This is a very strong construction design. It's made by, it's an Eden amplifier made by Marshall, designed to go on the road with rock bands, so it's not exactly a fragile piece of equipment. So it's had a good dent. Right, so I've had it returned, I've had it tested, and it's working fine, so it'll now be sold as damaged. However, going back to the original sale, I was quite unhappy that the recipient wasn't pleased with it, but it's not his fault, not my fault, so I gave him an immediate refund. And I sent him a prepaid label, and he sent the amplifier back to me now. So, however, I was anticipating problems in claiming on my insurance, having seen plenty of articles on the internet about Packlink not wanting to pay up or taking ages, and 30 days for this, 30 days for that, and then never paying up at the end of the day. So actually, this isn't the film I thought I was going to be making. It's actually all turned out okay. I made a claim against Packlink within the, I think, 5-day limit. I sent them all the evidence I had, photographs supplied by the buyer, and details of the delivery. Sent all that off. With a claim form, copies of my eBay sales documentation to show the value and the postage cost and everything else. And I heard about the next day saying that they were opening a claim and considering it. A couple of days later, I got an email saying, could I ask the buyer to keep the item because the couriers may want to pick it up themselves and examine it, which was fine by me and fine by the buyer. A couple of days later then I got an email saying, first of all saying that they were looking at it but probably wouldn't pay because they were sure I hadn't packed it properly, without having examined it, because no one came to look at it. Then the next day I got an email saying that they were going to process my claim for the insurance. No reason was given for the change of mind. A couple of days later I got another email saying it had been paid into my bank account. So whilst I was anticipating a fight, it turned out actually that it all turned out okay. They've paid me now. I've got the amplifier back, and so it'll be sold as damaged now. So despite all my misgivings, I must say that it's been quite a positive outcome. Whilst you never get an explanation from these people, I suspect probably what's happened is that the courier's put his hand up and said, yes, I damaged it. That's the only explanation I can think of. So I won't name the courier company because in fact they deliver stuff to the house here every week without any problem. But I think the area I live in must have a good team. But I know they've been featured in the press in other areas, throwing parcels around and dropping them and throwing them across the workshop into storage stillages and things. So anyway, when I thought I was going to have a good moan, I've actually come up with a positive outcome. So right, so here's wishing you all a happy Christmas and a prosperous new year for 2023, and look out for my next video.